Think about the last heated debate or argument you had. Remember how hard it was to get the other person to see your side? Many people struggle with this because of confirmation bias. It's tough because our brains are wired to focus on what we already believe and ignore anything that contradicts that. If you can overcome this bias, you can have more productive conversations and reach better solutions in disputes. But if you don't address it, you'll keep having those frustrating arguments where no one seems to hear each other, leading to unresolved conflicts and strained relationships. Let's talk about why understanding confirmation bias is a game changer in resolving disputes. Picture this. You're in a dispute, and it feels like hitting a wall because the other person won't budge from their viewpoint. That's where confirmation bias kicks in. People only listen to evidence that supports their own beliefs. It's crucial to understand this because once you do, you can navigate through disputes more effectively. One major issue is that business owners, when facing contract disputes, might dismiss their own errors and focus only on what suits their narrative. The same happens with divorcing couples who tend to blame each other while ignoring their contributions to the problem. This happens because our brain filters information to protect our beliefs, and it can be frustrating when someone's convinced they're right simply because they're not open to the complete picture. However, mediators use techniques to challenge these ingrained beliefs, prompting people to see things differently. Realizing that you operate with a similar bias makes you more open to other perspectives, turning disputes into opportunities to grow and learn. To deal with confirmation bias, start recognizing that your perspective is influenced by it. Consider challenging your assumptions and seek out the opposing views actively. We'll next look at how you can use mediators' techniques in everyday situations. Mediators are experts at breaking through confirmation bias because they always challenge assumptions and ask people to consider alternative perspectives. This skill is not only for professional mediators, but is also valuable for anyone dealing with conflicts. The process begins with understanding that both parties in a dispute often have their own version of the truth shaped by biased perceptions. Mediators encourage individuals to articulate their own narratives while also understanding the other side. By doing this, they break down the walls built by confirmation bias. An example of this would be a mediator leading a negotiation where both parties present their viewpoints and then collaboratively work on understanding the emotions and reasons behind those views. It's all about guiding people to see the problem from multiple angles without invalidating their feelings. Apply this mindset during disagreements by encouraging open dialogue, where everyone gets to voice their opinions while also being open to hearing counterpoints. Now let's cover how to be more self-aware to prevent biased viewpoints from hampering resolutions. Being aware of your own confirmation bias creates more balanced discussions. This heightened self-awareness is the first step toward fairer and more constructive conversations. Often, when people become aware of their bias, they strive to question their stance more thoroughly before jumping to conclusions. In doing this, you not only empower yourself to understand the broader spectrum of the issue, but you also build the trust and respect needed for productive discussions. This is crucial in avoiding misinterpretations that feed conflict. For instance, before entering into a discussion about a contentious topic, take a moment to write down what you believe and why. Challenge these beliefs yourself to see if they hold up against opposing evidence. This exercise is like putting on new lenses that help you see beyond your initial instincts. Start practicing self-questioning in your everyday interactions to minimize confirmation bias. Understanding this bias and actively addressing it can transform your disputes into learning experiences. Subscribe for more insights on improving your personal and professional relationships. Up next is how framing a problem can change the outcome.